We've already bought ferry tickets.
Hi there. We're Ramin and Anna, together with our dogs, Kamu and Kulo. We traveled to Great Britain in our campervan Noor in the spring of 2023. This is how it went.
Our spring trip to Crofts and Britain and possibly Ireland is about to start, and since it isn't spring in Finland yet, it means that we do need to do some winter prep for our van before hitting the road. The first step of winter prep is always to, first of all, get the van nice and clear of snow, which means trying to get rid of all of the snow that we can get and then putting it in a warm place to melt all the way. There are some things we want to change still, and we need to get those done before we hit the road, and that's generally just a lot nicer to do in a warm environment. So what we'll do now is to get the van started, take it into a warmer place and get cracking. Okay, that was a bust. The batteries are dead. I mean, completely dead. The fact that the remote didn't open the locks wasn't really a surprise. The remote battery is charged by having the key in the ignition and driving the van. So that wasn't a surprise that the remote battery was dead, but the fact that the car batteries were completely dead was not exactly a positive surprise. Well, we've already bought ferry tickets, 3 weeks until we leave, so now take out the batteries, hook them up to a charger, and hope that they're still alive. If they're not alive, then contact the battery store or go get some new batteries and install them, and then let's see what happens.
Well, charging our batteries at home with our trickle charger, or the heavy-duty charger that I brought home from the fire station, didn't work. We contacted our local battery store to discuss our options, took our batteries to them, and they managed to get them charged and returned them to us with a word of warning. They won't be as good as they were after this treatment and may die without warning. In the meantime, we took out our house battery and brought it in to warm up and charge it back up inside, since lithium doesn't take well to charging when it's cold. That change we were planning? We wanted to install a switch for our light bar because, well, there are situations in which disabling it would be beneficial, but we didn't manage to find a route through the firewall, and thus we just scrapped the whole project.
Katsotaan minkälainen mootto tässäkin.
Once the van was running again, I headed up to my favorite ski resort, Koli, to enjoy the snow for one last time this season and to test out everything else that needed testing. After everything was sorted, it was time for us to pack up the van, fill up our water tanks, and hit the road.
Biggest challenges when packing the van are these. His shoes. They are huge.
Challenge to pack up the van when temperatures are below zero and you don't want anything to freeze, but luckily we had a warm place to have the van overnight. Then in the morning I brought it home, put on the heater and kept it at a nice balmy 13-14 degrees, so it was easy to load up everything, and now we're on the road. Next stop, dropping Eno off at our friends who are taking care of him. After that, spending the evening